everyone! My first video on YouTube ever was a top 5 tracks in Mario Kart, back on my friend's old channel. And now that video is long gone. But since then, my opinions have changed, so I figured, why not remake it, but this time, make it a top 10 video instead. So without further delay, I bring you my updated top 10 Mario Kart tracks of all time. Excite Bike Arena from Mario Kart 8. As a fan of dirt bike inspired stages, this one hits all the boxes for me. It's so satisfying to go to town on all the jumps, pulling off some sick tricks as you go. Or at least that's what Tony Hawk tells me. Sharp turns with dirt slicks are simple but effective for a track like this. One of my favourites from the DLC in Mario Kart 8 and in the default roster for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Woohoo Island Loop from Mario Kart 7. This track's gimmick is not having laps but instead sections. The concept only used here, its edgy clone, and a few in Mario Kart 8, but this track did it first. Plus, it's a stage based on Wii Sports Resort. This is also the first time, I believe, we've ever seen this outside of the original game that Woohoo Island appeared in. And man, this stage is so atmospheric. You totally feel like you're playing the cycling games on Woohoo Island, back in Wii Sports Resort. Wario Stadium from Mario Kart DS. Yes, another dirt bike stage, this time taken from the DS. My first Mario Kart game. At least this one isn't a non-Mario stage. Wario Stadium is so cool. Great jumps, fire to avoid, and that music. It's hard to describe, but it fits this track in so many ways. And in fact, it fits it in ways it really shouldn't. Overall, a spectacle of a stage. Koopa Cape from Mario Kart Wii. Out of all the water stages in every Mario Kart game that I've played, this one sticks out to me. It's colourful, cheery, and the music is really upbeat. As for enemies, even the Goombas getting on the action. As a little tip for the driving on this track, just watch out for the taser rods at the end of the backward tube, and you're all set. And in the Wii version of the track, you can even see your Mii if you play as it instead of a Koopa. A really nice touch. Dry Dry Ruins from Mario Kart Wii. Back-to-back Wii tracks. To me, this is a hard track. However, it doesn't stop me from appreciating just how good it is. In my opinion, Mario Kart Wii has the best soundtrack of the entire Mario Kart franchise. And this tune is my second favourite in that game, second only to Maple Tree Way. But back to the ruins. This track has a feature towards the end, where sand builds up, and as more laps go on, more sand piles up and gets in the way. I think changing stages offer a unique challenge in Mario Kart games, and not every track offers it, but I really appreciate the ones that do, and this one, out of all of them, is my favourite. Airship Fortress from Mario Kart DS. Looking like it came straight from Super Mario Bros. 3, we have Airship Fortress. I like how this one doesn't just feel like a race, but it feels like an adventure. You start by boarding the ship, avoiding Monty Moles until you get shot out of a cannon and spiralling down a ruined castle, just to repeat the cycle. It's pretty amazing to drift around this great track. The atmosphere outside builds up how formidable and dangerous this course truly is. Sherbert Land from Mario Kart Double Dash. Most ice levels in games I adore, as where I live, we barely ever get snow, so it's great to see it in media. Out of every snow-themed track in the series, the GameCube's Sherbert Land sure is a great track. I mean, the last part can be a pain with the freezies, but that's part of the joy of the stage. And of course, obstacles don't always mean a bad thing. Although I am not a fan of Double Dash's touchy controls, that doesn't make this track a bad stage, and it certainly doesn't take away the charm of this winter wonderland. Melody Motorway from Mario Kart 7. Hey, something I know was on my original video. Liked it then, liked it now. This track really does it for me. Instruments everywhere, jumping notes, even dancing piranha plants. Nintendo even thinks this track is great. As when it was remade in Mario Kart 8, it is exactly the same as in Mario Kart 7. While the song in this version is butchered, it's still a great track, but I'll always prefer the original. Hyrule Circuit from Mario Kart 8. This stage, definitely my favourite song in this Mario Kart game, and is the best version of the Zelda theme. Oh quiet you! This is a solid stage to race on, and with places to drift, a cool glider section, even a cameo from the Master Sword, if you're lucky, unlike me. Small touches like this really make this track go far, and the fact that they changed the coins to rupees only on this stage are things I love about the Mario Kart series, and that's why Hyrule Circuit is my second favourite Mario Kart track. But before we move on to number 1, let's talk about some honourable mentions. Luigis Mansion from Mario Kart DS. Maybe nostalgia is keeping this one so high, as it was one of the first tracks I ever played in my first Mario Kart game. But you know what? I don't care. The spooky atmosphere is so cool, with moving trees, dirt sections, and boos flying around, not to mention the creepy music. I've never played a Luigi's Mansion game before, but this stage seems to capture it very well from what I can tell. Each part of this track is marvellous, and that's why it's the perfect Mario Kart track in my opinion. But that's just my favourite track. What about yours? Tell me in the comments down below.